So what is the most effective way to train as a freestyle dancer? Stay tuned, this is exactly what I'm going to share with you in this video, alright? We usually think the only way for us to train as a dancer is to dance in a studio, in your room, or exchanging with other dancers. Yes, this is the most effective way to train, and yeah, yes, we all need to train this way, but it's not the only way to actually train. And also, I truly believe that when you get to a certain level as a dancer and you already have quite a good level, if this is the only way you train, then it's kind of limited. You need to add different type of training in your daily routine in order to get the most out of your training. So this is exactly what I'm going to share with you in this video. Obviously, when you are training, there are different exercises that you can use to help you progress faster and stuff like this. So but this is not what I'm going to talk about in this video. There are plenty of dance exercises that you can do to progress and work more effectively. But once again, this is not what I'm going to be talking about today, because I believe that most of you guys are already doing the work, training on a regular basis, but you kind of but you might feel stuck. You might still wondering, how come I've been training this way and I've been training consistently for the past 1 year, 2 years or something like this, but I don't know how to go to the next level. I'm still struggling to go to the next level. So this is why I'm going to share with you a different approach, okay, that you can add to your current way of training in order to get the best result possible. All right, so one of the first thing I need you to keep in mind is that you are not training only when you are dancing. Training should be part of your lifestyle, and when you approach it this way, your training become more effortless, and it's become also more effective, right? Because your training also become much more strategic rather than just training for the sake of training. So the training system I'm about to share with you, I call it evergreen training. The reason why I call it evergreen training is because I want to put you in a mindset where you don't train when you have an event or when you have a battle, maybe in 2 months or 6 months, something like this. You don't think about this anymore. You don't train for an event, you train on a regular basis, and it's become part of your lifestyle. So therefore, you will always be ready whenever you need to dance in a dance battle or something like this, because training and constant progress is part of your lifestyle. So like I said before, the first training system we all use is dancing in a dance studio, exchanging with other dancers and stuff like that. So you're gonna keep this one, all right? You don't need to remove this one. You actually need to keep this one, but we're gonna add certain things to it to make it even much more effective. The evergreen system I'm about to share with you is about 2 things. Your physical ability and your mental toughness. Your physical ability and your mental toughness. All right, so let's talk about the physical ability. I believe that dancers should treat themselves as athletes. All right, we really need to pay attention to our body and take care of it to our best capacity. I don't know about you, but my goal is to be able to dance for a very long period of time, for as long as I can. Yeah, I don't like the idea of, okay, at 40 I need to stop dancing or stuff like no. I want to be able to dance for as long as I can. Therefore, I also need to prepare this. I also need to plan this. So therefore, there are certain things I didn't care about in my 20s, in my early 20s, now I have to really pay attention to them. Otherwise, I will not be able to dance the way I want to dance. Right now, I'm 31. In my late 20s, I started thinking more about my body and how I could improve it so that I can still move exactly the way I want. All right, so this is how I need you also to think long term, don't really think short term. Yeah, because that's the mistake I've made in my 20s, and I wish I started before. But now it's okay, I'm still young, and I can still, you know, work on my body and make it better and better and better. There are 4 things dancers really need in order to get a very functional body. Okay, the first one is flexibility, then you've got mobility, then you've got strength, and the 4th one is cardio. If you master these 4 things, you will be able to master your body and move pretty much however you want. So these 4 things are very important. Most of the time, we tend to focus too much on how we look, you know, how the body looks and stuff like this. And I used to be the same as well, because I'm naturally a slim guy, and I want to have, you know, bigger muscles and stuff like that. And I was focused so much on this, so I would train mainly strength and exercises to build muscles. But for a dancer, it's not ideal, because if you are just building muscles and working only on your strength, your body becomes too stiff, and it's not a good approach for your dance. Yeah, so therefore these are the 4 things you need. So once I understood that I needed these things, I started thinking, okay, how can I work on this? Because I want to make the process as simple as possible. So this is exactly what I'm going to share with you now. Before, I used to do weight training. In my early 20s, I used to do that a lot, you know, a lot of weight training. So yes, I was getting stronger, but it was not the best approach for me as a dancer. So then I transitioned to body weight training, and I used to do mainly calisthenics. Yeah, and calisthenics, I still believe it's good, it's very good, because it's mainly involve your body weight. Yeah, so you don't focus on one muscle and at a time. You are kind of working on muscle groups when you are doing calisthenics or body weight training, which is a good thing. I would gain more strength and also a better cardio, but I still miss flexibility and mobility. It's only really this year I found a system where I could combine all of them together. I started working this way very consistently this year, and I can see a huge improvement in my dance and also in my physique. And what I do is, in order to combine all of them together, I do yoga strength and yoga vinyasa. These are the 2 things that I do. By no means, I'm not a fitness coach or a yoga teacher and stuff like this. I'm only a dancer, but I'm just sharing with you my experiences, things that I learned and that works for me. And then if you find this is not working, but you can also always find other things that would work for you. But either way, even if you go try other stuff, always try to have these 4 things in your routine. Don't just work on half of it and neglect the other half. Okay, very important to combine those 4 things in your routine. So that's what I do: yoga strength and yoga vinyasa. Yoga strength is mainly to build strength and feel more stronger and have more stability on my body. Okay, so this is mainly why I do yoga strength. And the next one is vinyasa. Vinyasa works on flexibility and also mobility. So this is why I like to do this. And I actually use a platform to train every single day. It's Alomove. It's alomove.com. I'm not getting paid to share this, but it's so good. I think it can be valuable for you guys as well. So it's alomove.com. Over there, you will have all the training needed when it's come to yoga strength, vinyasa, and more. So this is what I do. I do this every single morning for about an hour. Okay, I take one yoga strength class and one vinyasa class, and now I'm actually changing it. What I do is one day I do only yoga strength, and then the next day I do 1 hour of vinyasa. That's it. Very simple, and it combines those four together. Now if you still thinking, okay, I do body weight training, I do calisthenics, and I'm happy with that, I like this, you can still do calisthenics, but I would highly recommend that you had at least some sort of stretching in your routine. It can be after your training, you add this in your routine, and I can guarantee you guys, by doing this alone, you will see a huge difference in your dance. Why? Because when you are freestyling, yeah, you are dancing, and sometimes you've got ideas in your mind that you want to do. You've got some vision in your mind to go in certain position, and sometimes the only reason why you don't go to this position is because you already know unconsciously that you can't go in this position, you don't control this position, so therefore you are not dancing to your full potential. You've got great ideas, but you can't actually implement them because your body is not ready for that. So by working on your body on a regular basis, then what you are actually doing, you are working on your dance indirectly. Yeah, very important, guys. And when you think this way, you see the power of what you are doing, and also it gives you much more motivation to actually be consistent with your exercises, because you are doing it for your passion for dancing. You're not doing it, you're not just doing it for, for looking good and stuff like that. Because when you start thinking, okay, I want to work out to look good, if you don't get the result like 2-3 months later, you're gonna look at yourself in the mirror and feel like, okay, I've been working, I've been doing these exercises and working out, but I still don't have the body that I want. But now if you start thinking, okay, I'm not doing this for the look of it, I'm doing it for my passion to really become a better dancer. So now the focus is not on how you look anymore. The focus is on how can I make my body as functional as possible so I can dance to my best capacity. You see the big changes here? This is what I want to introduce to you guys. So you really need to treat yourself as an athlete. No one else will do it for you. It's extremely important to take care of it. But you also need to take care of it strategically by combining those 4 skills in your training. So now let's talk about your mental health. Your mental health is pretty straightforward. Every single day, you should spend some time on your personal development. It can be from books, a podcast, or maybe a YouTube video or something like this. But if you can dedicate just 1 hour of your time for that, if you really count 1 hour, I would say 30 minutes, just focus on your personal development. Very important, because the more you are doing this, the more you will be able to overcome your self-doubt, okay? Because one of the reasons why some dancers tend to give up too early is because of your self-doubt. This voice in your head who's telling you, okay, you're not good enough, or you're not ready, or you can't make it, or you can't do this, or you can't do that. This voice in your head, if you don't know how to manage it and you kind of shut it down, I can guarantee you all the things that I explained before, it will be worthless. So therefore, you have to reprogram yourself on a daily basis. Once again, you might be thinking, well, but what this has to do with dancing? It's a huge part of your training, and do not neglect this part. If you can spend at least 30 minutes a day listening to a podcast, reading a book, listening to an audiobook, or watching a YouTube video or something like this, just for your personal development, I can guarantee you this will help you a lot in the moment when you have doubt, in the moment when it's challenging, in the moment that you don't really know what to do, but you will remember those kind of things that you are learning and you are growing as a human being, and this will help, this will impact your dance. I can guarantee you that. These are the 3 things that you need to do on a weekly basis. You need to train 2 or 3 times a week on your dance, just literally dancing. Yeah. Once you do that, once you have this, and I'm pretty sure you already have this, and this is probably the only system that you are currently using, which is great, but you also need to add those 2 things. You need to exercise on a regular basis. Ideally, 5 times a week would be ideal. If you can do that and you manage to put that in your lifestyle and understand that you are doing it for your passion, for your dance to become a much better dancer, this will help you greatly. And the last one is to reserve some time every single day on your personal development. And this is huge. This is very, very important. Honestly, if I was not doing this, there are so many times I would give up. I would literally give up and stop dancing. But because I've been kind of reprogramming myself over the years, it's become easier for me to keep on going even when it's tough. So whenever you learn something outside, it can be from a book or in a podcast or something like this, ask yourself this question: how can I apply this in my dance? Keep asking yourself this question: how can I apply this in my dance? And if you manage to do this, to ask yourself this question all the time, you will realize there are so many things that you are learning and you can adapt them in your dance journey. And this will make a huge impact. You don't really have dance book, so to help you go through the dance journey. But you also have many different books on personal development that will really, really help you not only in your life but in your dance journey. So this question is crucial. Every time you learn something that is interesting and you get inspired from it, ask yourself, how can I apply this in my dance? And when you do that on a regular basis, you will see how you can connect what you are learning outside and bring it in your dance world. So these are the 3 things that will help you create the most effective training system. And the good thing about it is evergreen. You're not doing it just for a period of time because you have a battle in 2 months or 6 months. You integrate it in your lifestyle and it becomes second nature to you. Alright, so that's it for today, guys. I hope you find value from this video. If yes, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can stay updated with all the videos coming. Alright, so thank you for watching and I'll see you next time. Okay, thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you want to develop your freestyle dance to the next level, then the Beyond the Move Academy might be exactly what you're looking for. And the good thing is you can actually start today for free. Alright, so if you'd like more details about this, simply click on the YouTube card here and you will go on my website to have much more details about that. Alright, so I'll see you on the other side. Take care. Bye bye.